So it's that time of the year again. I guess there are multiple times of years, but it's that time of year to just kind of go through all of your ships and play all your. I don't even think they're still called snowflakes. I know they used to be called that, but I don't even know if they're still called that or what they are now. But whatever. Um, This is one of the tier 10 ships that I actually haven't played in a hot minute, even though I really like it. Um, this ship, the Regolo, is actually pretty unique in a sense. It is the first Italian destroyer that at least in my opinion, or at least in my experience, I actually don't even know about the Adriatico because I think I skipped past it after like 2 games. But the reload on the Regolo is actually not. I mean, it's still not amazing, but it's much much better than the Adriatico, and it just like the going from Adriatico to the Regolo is like a world of difference. But that also doesn't really help when a lot of the people who are playing it don't really know how to play it really. And these runes, that rune's pissing me off. Minnesota's pissing me off. Anyway, um, well, okay. I wanted to make a video on this ship, but I can already see my Salmon, my Worcester, my Richelieu are all headed towards B, it looks like, and the St. Vincent's AFK. So, whatever. So, in light of that, I'm just going to farm some damage, and I'll make the more in-depth guide later. Unless, who knows, this actually ends up being a pretty good lesson. But looking at what's going on here, I'm not going to be banking on that. So, where the Regolo shines is its high-speed smoke and its access to sap. Those two things make it very, very strong. And it's a very easy ship to write off because of its relatively slow reload, its slow torpedoes, even though they have a lot of range. The guns also lack substantial range, which can be remedied a little bit by running AFT on the captain, as I am doing here. But the torps on this ship are mostly, I don't want to say decorative, but they're kind of a fire and forget sort of thing. Like, you just kind of fire it off. If they hit, they hit. If not, whatever. But in this particular game, I'm probably not going to be able to demonstrate the smoke very effectively, given the lack of spotting. Because the observant amongst you may have also noticed that I do not have particularly outstanding detection range, 7.2 kilometers, and that's with a full build. So, uh, the smoke is really what makes this ship kind of. It's the glue that holds the ship together in a way. It's not absolutely dependent on it because it has this very high speed engine boost as well. But uh, in most cases, you will be relying on the smoke more than the engine boost, unless you're in a position like this where you're kiting away from most things and you have the luxury of being able to save your smoke, which you might not always have, but I better not reverse into this. Okay, we're good. This is actually one of the situations that you would be using sap for when shooting at destroyers like this. Speaking of sap, I'm about to get balanced. Wasn't too bad. Alright. Now I've completely lost my train of thought. Where was I? Ah, yes, the smoke. The smoke is a very I don't want to say niche. It's something that you'll generally be using a lot of, but the reason I'm not in this particular game is spotting. In order to get targets to shoot at and reliable targets to shoot at with this ship, uh, you need either someone else to spot for you, or you need to take advantage of gun blooms. So the way that works is all ships in the game have a smoke firing penalty, meaning that whenever they fire their main battery guns, their surface detection range will bloom out to a certain distance, depending on what guns those are. Now, when the ship is out of smoke, that will automatically become just their maximum detection range, or maximum firing range, rather, will also become their maximum detection range. But when they're in smoke, that number will will only bloom out to a certain distance depending on the caliber of the guns that have just been fired. So battleship guns, for instance, 16, 15-inch guns or higher, all have a very substantial smoke firing penalty. So when they fire, their detection will bloom out to like 12, 13, 14 kilometers or so, which makes them very susceptible to being smoke played, like you just saw with that North Carolina, who had just fired his guns in smoke and became spotted. I hit my smoke and was able to get some damage on him because he was still spotted by the fact that his gun bloom kept him spotted. And the same thing is happening here with this Brindisi. You see, he had just fired his guns, and Italian cruisers, for one reason or another, have a very substantial smoke firing penalty. So even though he has the same high-speed smoke that I have, because he had just shot his guns, and his gun detection penalty is much, much higher, he was still spotted while I was not, even though he was using his high-speed smoke, which should be concealing him, as you can see it doing right there. And you saw those shells from there? That means that the fact that I didn't spot him means that he's far enough away where he will not be detected even when firing. So that's how that works. I'm not going to cover you, Richelieu. Fuck you. And the fact that I'm undetected now after firing there does mean that that gearing is somewhere else. Or no, never mind. That gearing is dead. Would you look at there? North Carolina, is he going to turn out? And also, the gun bloom is not permanent. It only lasts for 20 seconds or until line of sight is broken. Just thought I'd also throw that little by the way out there. Okay, so we are not in the most amazing of spots here, but we'll manage. I do kind of want to try, well, okay, never mind. Of course, there's a submarine there, but whatever. Is this sub on the surface? Yes, he is. I'm going to bank that sub's going to be able to spot for me. And I'm going to put my sap to work. And yeah, look at that. That sap just does not take prisoners against lighter armored targets. That was a 6,000 damage salvo initially on the North Carolina. That was 2,500 on the last one. 3,000 right there. Another 3,500 right there. Let's see if I can get some fires going. No, that's unfortunate. Why is he diving? Well, I did get that fire going. What torps are those? Those look too spread out to be submarine torpedoes. Sap is also very effective against submarines because they have basically no armor. Sap as a whole, that's what it's designed for. It's very effective against lighter armored ships. And that is an HE firing North Carolina right there. Now here's a situation I do not want to be in, but we'll be fine because there goes line of sight. And I'm also faster than him. So, yeah. Now, I'm gonna put a few shots out at this guy. And we'll work from there. Traded a bit more health than I would have liked in that exchange, but it's fine. And I also do kind of want to save my smoke in case that Schultz... Well, no, that Schultz is in his own smoke. Do I want to use mine to try and finish off the North Carolina? No, he's going to be dead soon anyway. This guy's turning in. That guy's kiting out. Kid should be capping A here, which is very useful for us. Do I want to go after the Schultz? Also, to note, the especially observant amongst you might have noticed that I do have my AA turned off, which is something that you're going to be hearing a lot of in when you're playing destroyers. Is always turn your AA off, and that used to only apply to DDs like pretty much most DDs that have a detection range or a AA range higher than its detection range, but in other DDs, other certain DDs that have a AA range that's lower than or at least equal to the range of your air detection, it wouldn't matter. But the reason I will say that it does, even in a ship like the Regolo or the Kagero, Kleber, ships like those, where the AA range is lower than or equal to the air detection, is because of what you saw a few seconds ago. Those ASW planes, as well as the Dutch ship airstrikes as well, all of those will trigger your AA tracers whether you're detected or not. And those AA tracers will be visible whether you're detected or not. So, because of that, your AA can still give you away, especially when people try and drop ASW on you for that exact purpose of seeing your AA tracer. So you want to have those turned off so your AA won't give you away in that sense as well. Also, we have all of our battleships right there. So yeah, that's welcome to random battles for you. 3 of the 4 torpedo threats are dead, and all of our battleships are still in one grid square. There we go. That works. The reason I'm not being detected here is because that island is blocking line of sight with the Republic. And that Republic just DCP'd that fire. That is very convenient. did not want to be detected there. Thought I had one more shot before I would be, but that's fine. I want to get one more fire on this Republic. Never mind, he's already burning. Time to switch to the sap. Never mind, because he's angled. Don't think any of those are going to hit, which is unfortunate, but whatever. There is a permafire on him, though. And what the hell happened there? Typical. So, oh, that's convenient as well. I kind of want to wait for that Marlboro to expend his HE shells, though. I think that Drake is probably in the cap there as well. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go for it. Also, if it wasn't immediately obvious as well, I do run Luigi. I think his name is Luigi Sansonetti on this ship, which has those special perks that you've been seeing, those fireworks popping off. Those were his special talents. Getting a kill extended my range. Getting the Confederate reduced my reload. And the 100 ribbons, I believe. I don't remember if it's 100 shell hits or 100 ribbons. But that extended my consumable action time. You know, I wasn't really able to demonstrate a lot of what I wanted to out of this ship in this particular game, although it did end up being a decent game. Too bad we have this lot going on. Let's see. Can I farm this guy from stealth? No. There. Yep, I can. Never mind. Let's see. That North Carolina is still alive somehow, by the way. Fire and forget some torps. This kid is being overly cautious. There's some shit being talked in chat, which is pretty amusing. Smarbo. I'm gonna try and do something about the points bleed at A. Well, no. There's not enough time for that. I think we are going to definitely have to kill something here. And I think our kill's not going to be that North Carolina. I think he's too far away to really be an effective kill. We're going to have to kill two things now. I want this Marlboro to burn. I think he's our best shot at a kill. There we go. It's not going to be enough, unfortunately. We have to kill something else in the next minute to even have a chance. which is really unfortunate. On the bright side, I have halted their points gain, so now we have uh, a relatively steady points trickle, but it's not going to be enough to win the game, unfortunately. Not with the time remaining. In order to win this game, I think we're going to definitely need kills, and there's not enough time for that. That's really frustrating. And I'm pretty sure I'm also going to get reported by the Stirpits. Just watch. Watch. I'm going to go to port, and I'm going to... We're just going to see that we get reported. By this very special shit-talking Tirpitz. And I'm also just going to see where he places as well. Because, I'm not going to name and shame here. But I am relatively certain that he's probably about to be bottom half at least. Hold on. Yeah, look at there. Well, no. He's, there. Which is, I guess, decent for being bottom tier in this game. But, that wasn't really the game that I kind of wanted. It was a decent game, but I didn't really get to demonstrate a lot of the stuff that I wanted to, which is mainly how you work around other destroyers, how you use your sap to troll them into shooting, or how you troll them into shooting, then smash them with sap as you smoke up, fuck off, and they'll be detected by their gun bloom unless they also have smoke, but they'll also be burning a consumable as well as there in that case. But it was still a decent game, so, and I also got to talk a little bit about some things, so I'm going to be trying to make a more detailed video on this particular ship, again, may or may not be today, but I definitely will be trying to do another commentary on this ship in particular in the future. So for now, I hope that was helpful to anyone who might be watching this, and I will see you tomorrow.